Today in my tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful lace finish on your bridal comb. I'm Dorene Vandermeer. I'm a bridal milliner. I'm sharing 30 plus years of my experience with you, and one of them is how to make a beautiful lace finish on your comb. The supplies will be in the description below, so why don't we just go get started? We're going to do a lace decorative comb without beading, but we're going to be using flatback pearls, flatback crystals, and I have the flatback pearls in different sizes to make it even more interesting, but the show will be the lace. So we don't want to overdo it, we want to just accent the lace. And what I mean by flatback, in case you don't know, the back of the crystal is flat. It's not hot fixed, it's just a flatback. I do not need hot fix. What we're going to be using is a fabric tack glue, and this is perfect for putting those on. The first thing I'm going to do is I love to cut lace, and I love to look at my lace in terms of how would this look on a comb. So here I have a beautiful fingertip. It's a cut edge, and it's placed on a 2-inch comb. And you can check out the tutorial, Let's Gather Together, to learn how to gather your veil and put a comb on it. So basically you take a 2-inch comb after you've gathered it, and you just whip it on there. And what I like to do when I'm looking at this lace is I like to just kind of go, what looks like a beautiful cap to this lovely little ensemble here? And that's all I'm doing. I'm just kind of laying them out and kind of looking through, like, what do I like? What looks beautiful? And there's so many different things, you know, like this one has this nice scallop on there. That's really beautiful. It's really what is your preference? You know, you could do a bunch of little lace flowers. I think I'm drawn to this guy here, this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off. And sometimes when you cut your lace, there's going to be like little openings and gaps like that. Go ahead and just get that settled right now with some glue. Just pulling it all back together. All right, before I land some glue on there, I'm going to make sure it's looking the way I want. Centering that middle scallop, I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to put glue all the way on the base of the veil. And then I'm going to turn it. No, I got a little bit of glue on the veil, so I got some rubbing alcohol and a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Goes a long way on the glue. It just takes care of it right away, and just have it handy. All right, that's looking just beautiful already, isn't it? The only issue I'm having is it's not quite long enough for this end here, right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back up here. I'm going to cut another piece of lace similar to what we have, which would be on that exact lace. And I'm going to snip off this little piece here, long enough to fold under both sides, because I'm going to do it on the other side as well. So this is good for you to see me problem solve, because that is how it works with lace. You just don't know till you're actually digging in, and you're like, oh, this doesn't quite look great. But now I add this little piece at the end here, and I'm going to glue it underneath like that, which then capped off the end perfectly. See? Much better. And I'll fold it underneath in the back, and you won't even know it wasn't born that way. And there's that little cap end. And why don't we go ahead and do the other side as well? And on this kind of glue, you'll get these little glue tails. You see that? Isn't that great? It's like a little spider web. What I do is I turn it and I flick it, and it breaks it. All right, I think I've got a nice base. I think it's looking great. And because we gathered this really well, I want all the gathers to go straight down. But now we're about to sew that lace on. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue right under this cap here, right under that scallop. I'm going to put it down onto the veil, making sure that the gathers are all nice and lined up. And before I start sewing, I want to make sure everything is balanced, that it looks the same both sides. And this side's giving me troubles. It's not behaving. But you know what? We're the master of the lace. It will behave. Get it in there. Let's hold it for a sec. And glue like this, all I do is this all the time. I feel like I'm constantly rubbing my fingers together. Now's the time to adjust it while it's wet because we're about to sew it in. And now I'm going to just quickly do some sewing, especially on the ends there where we added that little cap on the side. And you're just going to go through and just secure everything in. And I use invisible thread so you can't see a darn thing. It's invisible. And this is a good time. You can even sew the laces together a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the open netting here. So what I'm going to do, and this is another fun part, is you can really just play around with the lace that you just did. I'm cutting another piece of lace off of there, and I'm going to add that right here to the center like this. In fact, I'm going to do it a little longer. So here's that little piece here. I'm going to cut it a little further out, destroying that flower. No lace is safe with me. And I'm going to just put it right there because I just needed a little bit of a base to put my pearl. And land that right there, and I'm going to wrap that over the top. And we're going to finish the back off as well with all the different things we're going to be folding over. I want it to look pretty both sides. And to secure that in place, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of stitches. And this is a no beading method, but if you wanted to see a beading method, which is also very fun, I do have a tutorial on that as well. And that secures that lace in there so it's not going to have any movement down the road. Isn't that great? I'm going to add a few more. So you can build your lace up, and just have fun. Remember, this is your veil. This is your project. No one's looking over your shoulder saying, oh, why did you do that? It's going to look beautiful. I'm going to put another one right there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I like that. It's going to give me a nice base. It also kind of finished the top off a little bit. And you can see where, the possibilities are honestly endless, as there's so many different kinds of laces. And then back here, I'm just going to go ahead and trim this up now. And now I'm going to sew those two that I just added in. Tie that off, and then we are going to put our pearls and crystals. The first thing I'm going to do are the larger ones, and I have really large ones, really large flatback pearls that I think will nest really nice in the center one. That's why I kind of added that little piece in the middle, or one even a little bit smaller. I think I like the little medium one. So we'll put a medium right here. I grabbed my sponge. A little trick I'll show you here, it's kind of fun when you're doing these kind of pearls, flatbacks, is you can actually wet your finger and grab, and just like that, you've got a pearl. And then put another pearl in that little spot that we created. And I actually think I am going to change it up and put a bigger one here. That's the beauty of it. It's still wet. I'll reapply and then wet my finger and grab one of the big guys. And I try to make sure I like to rub the glue off and then put it on with my finger on that has no glue, because that will actually eat up that beautiful pearl finish. All right, I'm going to put another pearl over here. I think we'll go a smaller one and one here. So this is a very symmetric little look we've got going here. All right, so now we're going to accent with some crystals, and I'm just going to put some here and there towards the bottom here. And I'm going to I think I'll put 3 down here, the little sparkle there. I'm going to add one right here. It's really about balance and knowing when to stop. I'm not ready to stop yet, but I'm getting very close. Now's the time to adjust things. Do one on this side. Since we're doing it looks like we're, each time I'm doing this, it births itself. I don't actually know what's going to happen. I just kind of go with it. And so I can see this one's more symmetric. I don't think we need much more. I think I'm just going to put another one over here, another crystal. Now up at the top here, I'm going to add, you won't see it necessarily, but I like to finish it off and kind of on the top here. I'm going to put in a smaller pearl just to kind of finish it on the very top. So it looks like it's kind of going over. I like things to look pretty all around, not just from the front. All right, just kind of with a clean hand, just kind of clean finger, I should say, just kind of press everything down, make sure everything's good. And I'm gonna glue this down a little bit more here. And I'm just smearing, I'm not really pushing out the glue, I'm just taking a little tiny bit there and smearing it. Hold that down a little bit. Well, I think that looks beautiful. And there's just so many variations that you can do. And now I mentioned I'm gonna clean off that back end here. I wanna clean that and make it look pretty. And I have some netting lace. I don't have much left, but this makes a great finish on the back. And I'll just put first I'll clean this up and it's straightened out. Because one of my signatures are that I like to finish front and back. So it's so pretty. If I do a hat, it's finished inside and out. If I do a bridal veil, it's finished inside and out. No matter which direction you look at it, I want it to be finished. And that's what sets you apart. Quality product. That lace is not going nowhere. And why I like fabric tack, it lasts longer than hot glue. I think hot glue over time just kind of peels up. And this fabric tack is just awesome. It just stays forever because it's permanent. And one of my signatures is to put a little pearl or crystal right on the back to cap it all off back there. And it just goes into the bride's hair. This is her head and it'll just sink into the back of her hair. So you'll get to see that lace. You can do a longer comb. You could do a 3-inch, 4-inch, and just have fun. I can't wait to see what you do and create. Is that just incredible? So simple, and we did not sew those beads on. Well, that's it. You did it. It's such an easy way to finish a veil and yet has a very elegant finish, right? You can just put flat back pearls and crystals on it and it is done. It's such an easy way to finish a comb. If you're looking for more ways to finish your comb, then check out my playlist, Put a Comb on It, and you're going to learn all different ways to put your veil on a comb. See you later, veil makers.